Hello fellow woodturners and woodworkers. This week I'm doing something that doesn't entail doing any turning. My wife found this guitar here, and it has a plastic bridge, and it had a saddle that is completely lifted off of the soundboard of this guitar. So what I did was glued the saddle back up, and now I'm going to take this plastic bridge, because it has a few splits and cracks in it that are, I'm sure, not going to make the strings sound very good. I'm going to take and copy this, cut it out on my bandsaw, and then do some sanding, fit it in here, put some strings on this guitar, and hopefully I'll get it to sound halfway decent. It looks like it's an old 1980s Hohner, which Hohner's not necessarily the best of guitars, but we'll see. It just has a plywood top, so it's probably not going to be great sounding, but it could be a good little guitar once it's fixed up. Anyway, I have a piece of ebony here that I'm going to be making the bridge out of, and I've already marked out on it, although it's relatively hard to see, but I've marked out the shape of this bridge, and I'm going to bandsaw it out and then do a little adjusting on it, fit it into this, and I'll show you, hopefully get to show you how it sounds. I'd like to mention a couple people that if you haven't had the chance to check out on YouTube and you're one of my subscribers or someone who's just tuning in, you should definitely take the time to look these people up. For one, you should look up Mike Walt. His videos are incredible, very educational, and at times humorous. I really enjoy his sense of dry sense of humor, and he's an incredible turner. He's like the goblet master, and some of his techniques and tips and tricks are invaluable. Something that everyone should take part of. You know, watching a few of his videos, liking and commenting. Another person that you should definitely check out is Miguel Sanchez. Miguel Sanchez is, he makes his own tools, he does all kinds of different things, extremely diversified wood turner. He can do just about anything, and his videos are very well put together. I don't quite understand Spanish as much as I should. I can understand a little bit of it, but I still learn something every time I watch his videos. Another person I would like to mention is Carl Jacobson. Carl Jacobson's videos are extremely educational, as well as being very professionally put together, and the projects that he turns out are awesome. Definitely worth tuning into his channel. Carl Jacobson does a great job doing some very interesting videos, and sometimes he'll do tool reviews and you know, quick tips and tricks on how to use these specific tools, and great ideas for little projects. Another person I would like to mention is Pete TGIF. Pete TGIF is out of Germany, and his videos are amazing. He runs English and German videos, and they're very, very educational and fun to watch. And then last but not least, Robbie the Woodturner. Robbie, your shapes and forms and ideas of off-centered turning on movable face plates, where you're creating these incredible shapes and shell shapes and three-sided bowls and just amazing stuff. Robbie the Woodturner, you gotta, if you haven't been to his channel, definitely check that out as well. And I will try to post links to these on this video, although best thing to do is just type in their name. If I don't put the link up for some reason, I forget to do that or whatever, just check out these guys, and their abilities are incredible. I'm going to try to start highlighting some of these incredible turners just by mentioning them. Hopefully you guys will go out and check out their channels if you haven't already. And even if you have, check back in every once in a while, because some of the new stuff they're posting is pretty incredible. Alright, you have a good one. Okay, so here's this piece. I have my old bridge here. I'm going to line up the end and the bottom like so, and then I'm going to take a piece of this soapstone marking stick for welding usually, and because this wood is so dark, this will help be able to see this line. So there's the curve, and then I'm going to mark the end point here. Okay, so there it is. That's the piece I want to cut out to start out with. So now what we'll do is head over here to the bandsaw, and what we're going to do first is we're going to cut this off, leaving the line. And if I cut it off leaving the line, I can then sand up to the line. Now we have our blank. Zoom in a little on that. And there it is. Okay, so there's my blank. It's pretty much the same size. Now if you look at this, you'll see it has a little bevel on it. So now I have to sand that bevel on it. Alright, so starting up my stationary sander. Sanding until that white line just goes away. And now applying a bevel to the edge. Okay, I'm starting to get my bevel right there. You probably can't see that, so let me move camera angle. So now here I am on my disc sander. I'm just eyeballing the angle, and that's pretty much there. There it is. Okay, I'm happy with that. Now, let's switch over to here for a second. There. Okay, and there it is. It's a new bridge. Now I just have to put grooves in it for the strings. Alright, so now what I'm doing, I'm going to take and everywhere where one of those little notch V grooves is in the original, I'm going to create a V groove in this new piece of ebony. And I'm going to do that utilizing a V file, and actually I have a slightly sharper V than this that I'm looking for, and I will use that one hopefully. Okay, so what I'm going to do here now is I'm going to take make a little mark with my little Japanese marking knife at each one of these V points. Right about there. This is harder to do when I have the camera here, so bear with me. Okay, so there's my marks. Now I'm going to come back in here and just very lightly with the V-grooving file make a shallow V-groove for each of these strings. On this side the strings are small. This is my lower high strings, I should say, my higher register strings. Now I'm getting to the D string. It's a wound string, it's a little bit fatter. And this one's yet again a little bit fatter than that one. And then last but not least, okay, there we go. You can see that I've got a series of small notches. It looks to me like this one right here needs to be just a little bit bigger. Okay. Okay. There we go. That little bridge is ready. Let's see if I can tilt this. There we go. You can see those notches. Alright, that's ready to go fit on the guitar. And then I'll string the guitar up and see how it sounds. Right, so before I stick it in there, I'm just giving it a little sand. A little hand sand like that. Just to smooth it out a bit. And there we go. Now, a little bit of finish. Just to kind of coat it. Like so. And then do a little tiny bit of burnishing here with a rag. And there we go. It's ready to go stick in. So I cleaned up the neck here. And now, a little trick I like to do when I'm cleaning some old fretboard here, or any other kind of wood, is you can take a piece of walnut and rub that in, and that'll add a little bit of oil and do a little cleaning as you burnish this walnut into the wood. You can see the wood get some oil, and it cleans, burnishes, and oils all at the same time. It's a real good way to do this, and you get all that walnut oil out of the nut right onto your neck, and there you have it. Then what I'll do is wipe off the excess, and this neck will be oiled up and sort of restored a little bit real easily. And then this walnut oil will harden up over time but still have a nice sort of luster or finish to it. It's just a real easy way, as you can see. It's only taken me a couple minutes here, and I've almost covered the entire neck. And as I get down here, you want to be careful not to get the walnuts down into the sound hole, otherwise you got to shake them out. And there we go. Brush off the excess. Take a cotton or a paper towel actually, and I'll just polish the excess off of there, and there we go. Then I'll put the put the new bridge that I've made down in here into the bridge slot. Perfect fit. Get a little close-up of that so you can see. So there it is. New bridge. All right, now it just takes a matter of cleaning it off and stringing it up, and I'll show you how it sounds. All right, so I have the new bridge fitted on, and it's all strung up, cleaned off, oiled, and it sounds pretty good. I'll show you what it sounds like. You look so good, you're walking with me. You look so foxy, I just can't believe that you're walking with me. You're talking with me. You're walking through the pages of our history. It's such a mystery to me. There we go. All fixed up. Beautiful Hohner guitar. It's got a great sound. And once these strings are done stretching, it's going to sound even better. I'm very happy. Turned out real well. Nice new bridge. Saddle's glued down and secured. And I have a playable guitar for a few bucks and a little bit of effort.